Okay guys, so in this video I am going to attempt to repackage my pick kit, which I'll put a link in the description that goes over all the contents of this. And you can see it is completely stuffed. However, the zipper still works very well. There are no tears in it. This thing has been through quite a bit. There's a lot of abrasions, but it has not torn. Surprisingly, this has not torn either. However, it is really stuffed, and the problem with this, as we will see when we open it, is everything is kind of carefully laid in there because of how stuffed it is. So I'm trying to come up with an answer for this little problem right here. Now this is the main thing that I grab when I'm going out to open a house. Let's move it over here. Let's scoot over here a little bit. And the Vanquest is sized bigger. A little bit wider, a little bit taller than this. And the front pocket is different. It's not see-through. Kind of like the see-through, but not a big deal. The one thing I am worried about, okay, so I like being able to take this off because I don't need this. The one thing that I'm worried about is, you see how in this one I've got all my hex wrenches, and if I'm pretty careful with it, I can actually almost hold it open except for this, which is obviously loose. But I can open it for the most part and it not dump out. And the reason is because there's so many that they talk about their stitching. See how it's off center on the new Vanquest pack? Looks like we have two big loops here, which is the same as the two big ones there, two big ones here, same here, but it looks like they did some extra stitching in this area to kind of, they said to honeycomb it so that you could fit more in a flatter profile. And they obviously added this molly on the bottom, which is actually kind of good for me. Now, the one thing about these Vanquest, I like this fabric is a lot softer. May not be softer, it does look like it's lined, so that may actually be tough fabric, but I'm not sure if I'm just used to this type or not. So let us just get started, I guess, shoving stuff in there. I hate to do this, but I did order the pouch to do this, so I am going to probably speed up this part of the video a little bit, and we're gonna see how it all fits in the new Vanquest PPM Husky. Okay, so you can see I've got everything taken out. And as I was worried about, some of these loose Allen wrenches would not go in some of the pockets that I wanted them to go into. I've got it pretty much laid out like I had it in the other one. And I like this little spot down here for my turning tool. This was in the front pocket of this one, so I could, I guess, put it in the front pocket out here. But let's see how it closes and feels. Now, with any pouch or organizer like this, it takes a bit. Like, you may realize that this actually needs to go over here. And I was really worried about some of these because of how loose they were compared to how tight these used to be. And again, you see, I've used this for almost 2 years now, and it's still in perfect condition. So I'm not going away with this yet. I'm just testing this. I don't know whether I'm going to like it or not until I actually use it. But I have noticed how, look at this, how this zipper wraps around. I don't know, yeah, you can see that. And when you do this, it pops back out. Now I don't know if that will kind of fix itself over time. Another thing is this pocket was real loose. And that actually might be better because it was kind of tough getting it out of here. So anyway, everything fit. That was not a problem. And let's see how it closes. Now this ring, I may get rid of this because that ring is not laying flat. So again, it's going to require tweaking just to see how everything fits in there. And give it a try for a little while. It is definitely not as fat, not as loaded, bulgy. Definitely thinner. So I like that. I like the fact that that's tight. Okay, I like this. I like this from the outside. Now, here is something I didn't think about. The handle is much smaller. And you know what that means? That means this is a deal breaker for me because this is a deal breaker. Because when I walk up to a door, I hang this over it, the doorknob, while I'm picking, especially if it's wet, so that I don't have to put it down. And as you can see, this easily loops over the doorknob, most doorknobs. This might work on this one, except for the fact it would be so hard to take on and off, and a lot of them are a lot fatter than that. So, I guess I should have looked at that first thing because that just broke that for me. The handle needs to be bigger. I don't know why they would have done that. Why they wouldn't have looked into that. Well, while I like it, while I like the bottom organization, still not sure about the honeycomb webbing. Fits everything well. It's flatter. Zips up pretty well. That one thing just broke it for me. And you may have even seen me on many of the day videos. When I walk up to the door, I just hook it over there, bypass the lock, and take it off and go. So I am pretty disappointed in that. Really disappointed in that. So I guess I will. I mean, that really is a deal breaker. You might be thinking, oh, well, just don't hang it on the doorknob. But I'm like, putting this on the ground. Having it on the doorknob right there is easier. And I just don't see myself. I love it. I love how narrow it is, how it's not bulgy. I love the extra molly, but that handle just broke that deal for me. So I guess, I don't even know whether to try it or not. I don't want to get used to it and start liking it, because I know when I get on the site where I need to set this down and it's raining, I know that is not going to make me happy at all. And I could take one of these, I guess, and maybe attach it to that so that I could use it to hang it. But this, unless I get a coated version, this has the possibility of scratching. I guess not so bad, but I just hate to have to do that. So I had plans to upload several videos in one night, and hopefully you've already watched the part one where I unboxed and kind of did an initial thought on the FTIM by Vanquest and the 2 pouches. It was kind of just unboxing and talking about it and kind of testing some tools in there. But anyway, as in what you've seen in this video, it's been a day, and since I filmed that, because I filmed them all together in one big group, and I was merely testing it, and in that video, in that last part of this video, I kind of got overly dramatic about the handles, because I realized as a locksmith, one of the main things that we have to do often on a daily basis is make things work that may not work right. Repairing stuff, getting stuff to work that may not exactly work for that, particular application. Whatever the case is, one of the main things that locksmiths have to do is make things work when they might otherwise not work. So, to that end, I did go ahead and grab another cable keyring. This is a twisty keyring that I've actually done a video on in one of my keychain review videos. And I had mentioned earlier that if I did that it would scratch the finish, so I grabbed some different colors. Of course, I did it in different colors because they're only short segments. I don't have any long segments of small diameter. So I went ahead and did a bunch of little shrink wrap, heat shrink tubing over it, so that it now has a soft finish. And if I put it over a doorknob, it won't scratch it. So, but I could throw it across the room and probably dent it. So anyway, what I can do with that now is take it, squeeze it together, shove it in the back pocket here, and it is there if I need it. If I don't need it, then it will be tucked away. And I use this other one usually for my bit kit, but it's inside now. So I'm going to go ahead and try this pouch out, the Vanquest PPM Husky, as my replacement for the Mini, because it's a little bit sleeker, a little bit thinner. And I'm going to go ahead and try it for a few weeks. I might eventually do a follow-up video after I've actually used it, but I think it's going to go ahead and work out. Sorry being so dramatic about the handle. After I watched it a couple of times, I was just like, oh, woe is me, the handle is so terrible, I can't use it. But yeah, I started thinking about it. I was like, I don't do that. When I go to a job, I'm like, oh, that's not gonna work, I just can't do that. I make the damn thing work. So I'm making this damn thing work, and I'm gonna give it a try. So thanks for watching this. Of course, everybody has different loadouts for whatever they use, and I'm gonna be tweaking where it goes in the pockets, but everything seems to be staying pretty well. And the hex wrenches, it's just hard carrying loose hex wrenches. This is probably going to come back out, and I'll probably move some stuff around as I get to using it. And if I'm on a job where I need my turning flipper tool, after I pick a lock, and this is hard coming out, I may move stuff around, but like I said, it's laid out exactly pretty much the same as my other one was, and we're gonna see how it works. We're gonna make it work, you know? We make stuff work as a locksmith, and we're gonna make this damn thing work, whether it has a dainty handle or not. So anyway, that's that. Next video is going to be this little one, and I'm going to shove some stuff in here that is strictly related to locksmithing. So stay tuned for that one. Not sure when I'm going to get it up, but I hope y'all have a great day and catch you next video.